So now, Netball World Cup fever is upon us. Can you feel it? It's coming to the South African soil for the first time, and the build-up to the spectacle is gathering speed and pace. The tournament's coveted trophy reached our shores last week via Durban's King Ushaga International Airport, and it's now touring the country. It will settle in Cape Town. It will go to Mpumalanga. At the moment, though, we're at the cradle of humankind, where we locate eNCA's Morena Mothupi. Good morning to you again, Morena. Wow, we can see the activities and little ones waving the South African flag. It almost gives you that Soccer World Cup 2010 feeling. Philip is here. Can you feel it? Good morning.
Good morning, Cindy. And definitely, you remember 13 years ago, we had our very own made-up slogan where we were saying, Philip, he is here. And definitely it is a similar situation now with the Netball World Cup. Of course, it has arrived. It has been here since the 25th of May. That is, of course, brought here by Ms. Cecilia Molokwane, the Netball South Africa president. I had chat with her a little earlier on, just talking about essentially everything. Bongim Somi, the kind of captain she is, the mandate for Noma Plummer, the head coach, but mostly about Gauteng, why it is they've decided to start it here at the cradle of humankind. And she was saying that Gauteng has essentially become the epicenter of South African netball. This is where essentially you've got the Gauteng Fireballs and the Gauteng Jaguars who've dominated the club netball scene, the Telkom Netball League, and that is why they decided, let's bring it here. And this is where, in fact, West Rand was handing over to Tshwane officially in the presence, of course, of the Deputy Minister of Sport. So, Ms. Cecilia Molokwane, just talking about the reasons why it is we've moved to Gauteng and where exactly it is we're going to be going. We do know, as you can see behind me, the bus is actually making its way out. It is heading to the Morena Mothupi Sports School. That's where we're going to be heading off to now, where, again, the MEC of Gauteng Sport is going to be overseeing the proceedings of the trophy. The trophy is in safe hands. There are a number of officials, of course, getting on their bikes, police as well. So it's well prepared to essentially make sure it does its trip to the Morena Mothupi School before it gets to the Union buildings. Everybody in song and dance, young kids, of course, who've been part of the activations here this morning. But of course, as we bring you those visuals, let's just hear what Cecilia Molokwane, the Netball South Africa president, was saying earlier on.
It's a very overwhelming feeling that I have today because, as you said, Gauteng, when it comes to netball and it comes to the performance of netball, they are the best. Two teams went to the finals yesterday for TNL. Last year, for TNL, the Gauteng Fireballs that won it and the Jaguars that have won it 5 times. So to me, coming to Gauteng, it means we are at the home of netball. So seeing all these players, seeing all these beautiful people here in the cradle of humankind, so early in the morning, I'm saying, yes, it is here. We're feeling it now.
That was eNCA's Morena Mothupi giving us an update on the World Cup trophy, the Netball SA. Earlier on, we saw images of young people and the tour bus, excitement all over the place with as the trophy makes its way around the country. Morena, you were still speaking about the activities that are going to happen, the fact that Gauteng is the epicenter of netball South Africa, but there's a golden opportunity here to reach out even to those communities to inspire them, where very little happens in most cases.
Most definitely. But you see it with the kinds of competitions that Netball South Africa, of course, have had, going right down to regional competitions before we even get to the Telkom Netball League. And that's why you're seeing these young girls that have come out. These are essentially the young girls, the future netball talent that the likes of Cecilia Molokwane as the Netball South Africa president and the association at large are appealing to, inviting them over to come on this beautiful Friday, to come to the cradle of humankind, the Marupeng, of course, visitor center, and essentially say to them, this can be you. Bongim Somi was actually here as well. She just had to rush off, of course, to the next site. But this is essentially what Netball South Africa is saying, that you are now in the presence, of course, of the likes of Bongim Somi. You are standing there and having an opportunity to look at the World Cup trophy. It could be you one day that is playing for this particular trophy. So, they've done well, I would say, Netball South Africa, to take netball to not only even just those disenfranchised communities, but to the young girls who don't necessarily always have an opportunity to dream as far as the likes of Bongim Somi and as far as a World Cup being hosted in this country. So, the activations are definitely getting that excitement up for the young ones who do want to one day play netball professionally. It's something that, of course, NSA, as I had mentioned in the previous crossing, that NSA wants to make sure happens, and they're hoping that it happens beyond the 6th of August.
Morena Mothupi, as always, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. He's at the national key point at the cradle of humankind, giving us the updates on the tour bus and the Netball South Africa trophy that is going around the country, the breadth and width of South Africa. So if you come across the bus, let us know, take a picture, selfie, engage with the young people there, and share that on our socials. That's at eNCA on Twitter and eNCA News on Facebook.